Mrs. Sandersfeld-Miller here with more new books that I'm getting ready to put on the shelves. This video is going to have new nonfiction books, new graphic novels, and then new sequels and series books that are about to be released. So the first one I want to show you is The Photo Arc. This is a National Geographic photographer, and his goal is to photograph every single species, and these photographs are amazing, and you can go online and see like how he photographs them. He puts himself in some really dangerous situations with some of these animals to get their pictures, but great photography. This is more of a book like you just want to have something in study hall to kind of look through. Great entertaining read. So The Photo Arc. In Search of Safety, Voices of Refugees. So these are short stories that are compiled about refugees and their stories and what they've been through. So that one's nonfiction as well, true stories. The next one is called Dark Sky Rising. This one is about Reconstruction and the dawn of Jim Crow. So basically it's about the ending of slavery and what laws were enacted after that. And if you're a person who is interested in race and race relations and kind of all the things that have been going on this summer, and you want to know how things got to this point in the United States with race relations, this would be a good book. It is nonfiction, but it is definitely written for a junior high audience. So it's got lots of pictures and illustrations, and you know, it's not super text heavy. So that's Dark Sky Rising. The next book is by the author of The Giver, Lois Lowry. It's called On the Horizon, and it's reflections about the attack on Pearl Harbor that she experienced and living through that. And so it's all written in poetry as well. So since it is in poetry, it's technically in the nonfiction section, in the poetry section. The next one, We Rise, We Resist, We Raise Our Voices. This one is a compilation of a lot of different stuff. So there are, that's about the authors, lots of illustrations, there's poetry, there's some short stories, lots of different stuff, just a little bit of everything, but there's some really great authors in here. Kwame Alexander is in here. Jason Reynolds has a contribution. Those are two hugely popular authors. So you can see all these authors around the outside contributed to this edition. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, so a book about the Holocaust. The next one, this book is anti-racist. It says 20 lessons on how to wake up, take action, and do the work. So if you are into being a social activist and you want to stand up for the Black Lives Matter movement, this might be a good resource for you. Once again, lots of colors and illustrations, but also lots of text. This one, the Northern Ireland conflict. I had a book about this in the library, but it was pretty old, so I got an updated one. But if you know this song that came out a few years ago, Zombie by Bad Wolves, the original song of that was by the Cranberries. It came out in the 90s. That was my favorite band in junior high. And the lead singer wrote that song about the Northern Ireland conflict. So here's that one. We have a biography about Kamala Harris running for vice president. It is the Young Readers edition. So once again, written for junior high level readers. New graphic novels. We have Babysitter's Club, Logan Likes Mary Ann. That is number 8. We have Fazbear Frights. We have number 3 and number 5. I also have number 4. That was just in a different order. So number 4 is also ready. We have My Hero Academia. Number 24 is out. What else? Becoming Brianna. This is the 4th one in the Emmy and Friends series. Superman Smashes the Klan. This one is a very popular graphic novel artist. Banned Book Club, another new graphic novel. Hardcore Anxiety, a guide to punk rock and mental health, if you're interested in mental health topics. The next one, this one is part of a trilogy. There's only 2 books out right now, but The Chosen and The Challenger are book 1 and book 2. It's about kids start noticing that people are disappearing, and there is no explanation. And so this group of teenagers find out why. They find out that some people are being transported to another realm. And so this kid gets transported to another realm, and they have to try and survive and figure out what's going on. So like I said, going to be a trilogy, only the first 2 books are out right now. The One and Only Bob, it is the sequel to The One and Only Ivan. So that one just came out. Midnight Sun, this one goes along with the Twilight series, Stephanie Meyer. And this one is written from Edward's perspective. So the whole Twilight series is from Bella's perspective, but this is from Edward's point of view. And I haven't read it yet, so I don't know if it goes through the whole series. So I put a number 5 on this. I would suggest you read the Twilight series first and then come back to Midnight Sun at the end. If you are into vampires, if you liked the Twilight series and already read it, Crave is a brand new series. This is book 1. The other books haven't come out yet, but that might be a series you'll want to get into. Last Kids on Earth, June's Wild Flight. This one is just a solo episode. So this one, you don't have to read any of the other ones to read this one. It's not part of the order. Number 4 in the Hunger Games series. Once again, this is technically a prequel, so this is technically before the Hunger Games happens, but I put a number 4 on the sticker here because I think that you need to read the Hunger Games series first to be able to understand what they're going to talk about in this book. And then the last one I got a couple copies of. This one technically I got last year, but it wasn't out very long until the pandemic hit because it's written by Kobe Bryant. But he collaborated on this project, and this is probably one of the coolest books I have ever seen, just how it's written. But it's a fantasy book about kids that have some magical powers. Reminds me a lot of Harry Potter, but the school that they go to learn about their magical powers has to do with sports. So it's like if you took sports novels and Harry Potter and smashed them together, that would be The Tree of Ekroth Epica by Kobe Bryant. So technically part of a series, but since Kobe Bryant unfortunately passed away, I'm not sure if there's going to be any more books to it, but I really enjoyed this one. So, all right, so these are all books that are about ready to get put out. Put them on hold and I'll deliver them to your English teacher. Thanks.